Hello everybody, in today's video we're going to be going over the upcoming pattern over the next couple of days and even in the next week or so. We're going to have some warmer temperatures up through the north and the west, as well as some chillier temperatures in the south and along the east coast. We're going to have some rainy conditions also in the northeast and Ohio Valley, where we could be dealing with potentially up to a couple inches of rainfall, and that's going to add on to whatever rainfall is already ongoing from the storm that's still in that area. We're also going to be quickly covering some of that drought relief which is taking place in the southwest. So luckily they are dealing with some rainfall in those areas. It's coming down at a steady clip. We're not dealing with any downpours in these areas, so we're getting that rainfall kind of to get spread out a little bit, and that's allowing some of that to actually go into the ground and actually help out with the drought issues. So taking a look at the current National Weather Service page, you can see that we have some red flag warnings in parts of Idaho, Oregon, Nevada, and California, with some heat advisories in parts of Idaho and Montana. We have some excessive heat warnings in parts of Montana and Wyoming, with some air quality alerts scattered throughout the northwest. We also have a few dense fog advisories in a little bit of Illinois and Mississippi, with some flood watches in parts of New Mexico, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and some parts of central New England. Yesterday, we had a high temperature of 119 degrees in Death Valley, California, with a low temperature of 30 degrees in Stanley, Idaho. The highest rainfall report was in Warren, Indiana, where they got 4.09 inches of rainfall, and there were no snowfall reports as of yesterday. Taking a look at the European model's forecast for the temperature anomalies, this is showing you how far above or below normal the temperatures are expected to be. If you're in those blue, green, or even purple colors, that's where we're expecting below normal or colder than normal temperatures. If you're in that orange or red or even brown color, that's where you're expecting warmer or above normal temperatures. So for example, for today, we're expecting warmer temperatures in through the northern half of the country, or the northern tier of the US, and then we're expecting colder temperatures for the southern half of the country, as well as along the east coast. So that is mainly due to that system that's kind of dragging through the northeast by this point. It's bringing in some rain, which is helping to kind of dim down the temperatures. So the temperatures are a little bit cooler than normal today. This isn't going to be really too noticeable, especially in areas that are going to be colder than normal, because of course we are still in summer. That means that even if you are colder than normal, technically, even if you are, let's say, even 10 degrees below normal, let's say that your average high temperature is 85 degrees, that's only a high temperature of, let's say, 75 or 80 degrees. So you're still fairly warm. It'll actually be quite comfortable in those areas. So your high temperatures, even though you are in the colder shade, even if you are closer to 10 degrees below normal, still won't have a major impact, and we're not dealing with anything really too significant in terms of the areas in colder temperatures. It will be much more noticeable if you live in an area that's expecting warmer temperatures. This is where we could be getting up near 90 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Taking a look at tomorrow, we're expecting colder temperatures and warmer temperatures both to move further to the south. So what's happening is that we have some showers that are going to start to develop along a stalled front in parts of the southeast. This will help to bring in some cloud cover, or that cloud cover will block out the sun, and we won't have as high of temperatures in these areas. That's why we're dealing with some cooler temperatures along the southeast and the central plains. And then we're dealing with a big ridge just kind of building in through parts of Montana, North Dakota, and some parts of south central Canada, and that's helping to bring in some warmer temperatures along the west coast, and especially so through parts of the northern plains. That would be for Monday, and then if we go through Tuesday, you can see how everything continues to shift further to the south. Now, by potentially Wednesday, Thursday, Friday time frame of next week, we might go into a bit of a cooler pattern in the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley, and the Northeast, because we're going to be dealing with potentially another rainstorm, which is going to be kind of diving down through Canada and then kind of making its way in through the Northeast. So that is why we would be going into a bit of a cooler pattern. In between there, however, we might have 1 or 2 days of maybe not nice 80, 85, or even 90-degree high temperatures in these areas before it quickly goes back into a bit of a cooler pattern. So this would be for Tuesday, and then if we go to Wednesday, you can see it gets a lot cooler in parts of the eastern United States. Still, parts of the north central areas are dealing with some warmer temperatures. The west coast, especially along the northwest coast, dealing with some cooler temperatures, and then in parts again the eastern half of the country, that's where we're dealing with those colder temperatures, and that also extends into parts of southeastern Canada. For my viewers in parts of Ontario or Quebec, you guys will also be dealing with some chillier or colder than normal temperatures, and they will be closer to maybe even 3 to 6 degrees Celsius below normal. That would be closer to 5 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit below normal. So again, not ridiculously cold, but still it will be somewhat noticeable. Your high temperatures will definitely go down by a couple of degrees. If we look at Thursday, you can see that we are still expecting that a colder air mass to kind of just stick in place. This is by the time that we're still dealing with rainfall in parts of the northeast. So some of that cloud cover and some of that rain will help to kind of calm down the temperatures, cool down the temperatures a little bit. And for that reason, we will be a little bit chillier in those areas. You can also see that we have some warmer temperatures in through the north central part of the country and also into central Canada, and that's where we're expecting again warmer temperatures. We have that big ridge which is building in through the north central parts of the US, and that's why we have some of those warmer temperatures. Moving in through Friday, you can see that we still have colder temperatures in parts of the northeast, so still rather cold in these areas, with warmer temperatures expected in parts of the north and also along the west coast as well, with some cooler temperatures in the south, from the southwest all the way to the southeast. So this would be for Friday, and then if we move on to Saturday of next week, you can see that we still are fairly cold in the northeast as well as in parts of southeastern Canada, rather chilly in the southwest, and fairly near normal in the south. Just in general, we're not too far above or below normal. The northern part of the US is still dealing with warmer than normal temperatures in those areas. And then for Sunday of next week, not a lot has changed, pretty much the same exact as what we were dealing with on Friday and Saturday. Taking a look at the 6 to 10 day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, you can see that we are expecting warmer than normal temperatures in through the north and then also even extending down through the southeast. So for those of you living in the southeast who are kind of fed up with these high temperatures into the lower 80s or the upper 70s, and you want to get back into maybe even the 90s in a few of those spots, then we definitely will have the opportunity to do that, especially between the 23rd and the 27th, where it looks like we're going to kind of switch from a cooler pattern to a bit of a warmer pattern in these areas. So that's the main notable thing from this, that we will see somewhat of a pattern switch in parts of the southeast. We'll still have some cooler temperatures in the northeast and also into the southwest, but it is definitely improving. We're not dealing with as cold of temperatures as we were once dealing with. And then if we look at from the 25th through the 31st, this is the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. You can see that we're expecting colder temperatures still through the southwest and also still in the northeast. Not a lot has changed, except that warmer area has kind of expanded a little bit further to the west and also to the east. But again, nothing really too significant has changed from the 6 to 10 day outlook to the 8 to 14 day outlook. Taking a look at the rainfall, we're going to quickly cover some of that drought relief in the southwest and some of the excessive rainfall in the northeast. This is the average out rainfall among the ensemble European models, and you can see that we're expecting kind of a gap in the middle right here in the Ohio Valley in the Mid-Atlantic, where you're going to get a little bit of a break from the rain, not as much as some of the areas to your north and to the south. In the southeast, we're expecting about 1 to 3 inches of rainfall. Locally, we could be seeing up to 4 or 5 inches, and same thing in the northeast and the Great Lakes. That's where we could be dealing with mainly 1 to 4 inches of rainfall, with isolated spots up near 5 or 6 inches in parts of upstate New York or Vermont. This is an average out model, so it's not going to pick out the individual spots that are maybe a couple inches above normal, so you're kind of getting a lower amount. I would say add half an inch to whatever amount that you're seeing. This is through the next 7 days, so this is going through next Sunday, so this is going to be over the next 7 days, so this is not all coming down at once. And if you live in the southwest, good news for you guys, you're getting above an inch of rainfall for the majority of Arizona and a little bit of New Mexico, Colorado, and Utah, these are areas that are under extreme drought as of right now, and we even have in those blue colors, anywhere in that blue or yellow shade, that's where you're above half an inch of rainfall. So definitely making some good improvements within these areas. If you're wondering how far above or below normal that is, you can see that in parts of the Southwest, you're getting near 3 to 4 times your average rainfall for this time frame. So for the next 7 days, you're getting 3 to 4 times the amount of rainfall that you would typically get within that same time frame. Along the West Coast, maybe just about a 100-mile or 200-mile drive to the west, and you're dealing with precipitation amounts that are going to be almost to near 10 or even 0% of your normal. So you're dealing with almost no rainfall in those areas, well below normal. And then in the Northeast, dealing with above normal precipitation. In the Southeast and the South Central United States, also dealing with above normal precipitation within that region. And if we look at the upcoming pattern, the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook does show that we are expecting below normal precipitation through parts of the Northwest, the Central Plains, and then down through to the East Coast over that next 6 to 10 day time frame from the 23rd through the 27th. There is a little cutout in parts of the Great Lakes and also into the interior Northeast. This is where I think you could definitely get another batch of rain into these areas, maybe by late this week, and that could kind of tip you over the edge. That might bring you a little bit closer to normal, but the rest of that time frame, you will be dealing with fairly close to no rainfall. So you're going to get one big batch of rainfall, and then the rest of the week kind of looks a little bit more quiet. You're not dealing with as much activity. The Southwest, good news, you guys are dealing with some of that rainfall. I'll actually outline the area above normal. So this is the area that we're expecting to be above normal, to see more precipitation than normal. And here's the drought monitor. So you can see how this is really needed within these areas. These same areas are the ones that are dealing with the majority of that exceptional or even extreme drought. So that is going to wrap it up for today's video. Please consider liking the video, subscribing, or turning on notifications. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.